Assalamu alaikum dear students. In this subject we are going to study about the 20th century literature, that is the 20th, specifically what part of literature, specifically the 20th century poetry and drama. So in this first lecture particularly our focus would be on the genre, the modern drama and poetry. So let's see the lecture outline. We are going to study about what is genre, what is modernism, what is modern drama, and what is modern poetry. So let's begin towards the lecture. So what is genre? You might have heard the word genre. Genre originates from the French word meaning kind or type. As a literary device, genre refers to a form, class or type of literary work. In general, genre is what? Apart from the literature, it's not like in the genre comes only in literature. When we are going to study literature, genre is everywhere. Genre is a type of text, a type of composition that shares a particular aim, style, organization, technique, or form. Genre is a categorization scheme, a way of naming and classifying texts. So you have read many different materials. If you see an application, if you see a letter, if you see a story, if you see an essay, if you read a book, if you read a research paper, if you read any article, all of the types of writing are different. They cannot be written in the same way. The way we write the application is totally different from the way we write the letter. We cannot write the application in the same way as we write the letter, because the letter is one genre and the application is another genre. So genre is basically the style, the type of composition, that which type of writing the person is going to write. So according to that type, or we can say the genre, the style of writing is also different. The style we chose for the writing the application. We cannot write the letter in the same way, or we cannot write the story in the same way, because every genre, or we can say that every different type of text has its different style. So genre basically is that thing. Genre is basically a type that differentiates the text from another text. So how we differentiate another text? That we say that the genre is a letter, that the genre is different. Letter is a letter, because letter is another genre and application is another genre. These both cannot be written in the same way. So similarly, when we study the literature, we came across many genres. The primary genres in literature are what? The primary genres in literature are poetry, drama, or we can say the play, essay, short story, and novel. So the way a short story is written, so the way in which a short story can be written, we cannot write the essay in the same way. Similarly, the way in which a poetry is written, we cannot write the drama or a play in the same way, or we cannot write the novel in the same way. Every different piece of writing has a different style. So we can say these are the different genres of the literature. The term genre is used quite often to denote literary subclassifications or specific types of literature. So we also subclassify the specific types of literature as well. For example, what we have, we in drama, if we consider the drama, we have the tragedy in drama, we have the comedy in drama, we have the melodrama as well, we have different kinds of poetry as well, we have thriller, we have science fiction, we have romance. So genre is also used to denote the sub classifications as well. Genre is the organization of literature into categories based on the type of writing the piece exemplifies through its content, form, or style. So the way poetry is written, the drama is totally different. You can identify that, okay, this is the genre which is poetry, and this is another genre which is the drama, or this is another genre which is the novel or a short story. The poem My Papa's Waltz by Theodore fits under the genre of poetry because it's written with lines that meter and rhythm, and is divided into stanzas. So in a poetry we have different style of writing. We have stanzas, we have proper rhyming scheme, we have meters like iambic pentameter or hexameter. So these things makes a type of thing that is genre, poetic genre. So let's discuss first generally. I have told you that what is genre. Generally I am now telling you that what is poetry. The word poetry comes from the Greek word poiesis, which essentially means making, which is translated into the making of poetry. Poetry is written to share ideas, express emotions, and create imagery. Poets chose words for their meaning and acoustics, arranging them to create a tempo known as the meter. So when you have read many poetries, in poetry their ideas, the emotions are expressed and the imagery is expressed, and the words which are chosen by the poets are in such a way that must create a rhyme scheme, or that must be appealing to the emotions. Some poems incorporate rhyme schemes with two or more lines that end in like sounding words. So rhyme scheme, how they make the rhyme scheme, the words end in the same sound meaning. Poetry is a type of literature based on the interplay of words and rhythm. It often employs rhyme and meter. What is meter? A set of rules governing the number and arrangement of syllables in each line. So meter is what means like when for example, if you see the iambic pentameter, penta means 5, meter means 5 meter, like that unstressed syllables follows the stressed syllables. So this is actually the basic arrangement of the meter. In poetry, words are strung together to form sounds, images, and ideas that might be to hear sounds. The words are connected with the sounds. Sounds means the sounds of the rhyme scheme. Images and ideas that might be too complex or abstract to describe directly. So you see, in poetry nothing is described like in a very clear way. Everything is abstract. You have to interpret that from the what is written. You have to interpret the ideas of the poet, that what actually poet wants to describe or wants to communicate. Now in general, what is the drama? Drama is defined as a piece of literature of which the intended purpose is to be performed in front of an audience. A drama is a type of literature that is written for the purpose of being performed in front of an audience. This type of writing is written in form of a script, and the story is told through the lines of the characters played by the actors. So drama is actually what we see on television. We see many drama on television, and their written script what we have in the written, like for example, if in a drama we have some, like if they are the characters, for example, Ahmed said this, and then Aisha, then the dialogue of Aisha you have seen. So the drama is as basically the script we have in the written form, that which is actually supposed to be performed in front of the audience physically. Then comes the modernism. In this subject, we are basically concerned with the literature of the 20th century. And 20th century literature is basically termed as the modern literature. The term modernism, the modern age, the arrival of the modern age, that is from 1900 to 1950. The end of the Victorian era is the beginning of the modern age. You have studied the history of literature, and you have studied the many periods in literature, but now here we are not concerned in this subject with the history. We are only concerned with the characteristics and the features of the 20th century literature, that in 20th century literature what type of poetry and what type of dramas are written. So the first half of the 20th century is very important to the history of English literature. It marks a clear departure from the compromise and stability of the Victorian period. So these are the some characteristics of modernism and modern age. The playwrights, means the dramatists began writing the themes and topics, such as what are the themes basically of the modern age. On modern age, people are writing the literature on what? On politics. They start writing on social ills and reforms. They start raising voice against the women's rights, class relations, race relations, effects of industrialization, because in modern age when people are actually it is the age of industrialization, and then the writers start on writing, then okay, it's the age of advancement, but besides the advancements, besides the industrialization, there are some effects as well. There comes the familial relationships, anxiety, depression, and mental health, the effects of wars. What the like in modern literature, what people have the effect of war on their mind, they described that thing as well. Modern age started from the beginning of 20th century. Then political history is what World War I happened. Okay, World War I happened in modern age. Emergence of new nations. After the World War, new nations emerged. Then women rights issues are emerged. So people talk in modern age, these things happen. Science and arts really influenced the modern man. Science, it was the age of the science and arts. Psychologically came into the existence, like people start studying the psychologically. Then Sigmund Freud come in front into the field, that psychoanalytical theory he gave, that become more popular and widely read by the people. So now we are going to study the general characteristics of the modern age. Anxiety and interrogation. So people have them in anxiety, and they have the freedom of thought and action, rational thinking. They have a thinking that there should be the freedom of thought and action. And then the concentration on the problem of modern life, role of realism. They actually started in modern age. There is a problem created that to deal with the issues of the real life. Then the people have the interest, they start developing the interest in the poor class and working class. Like before this, the working class and the poor class was ignored, but in the modern age they are actually being the point of focus. Impact of socio-economic condition on literature, raised voice against poverty, changed the pattern of economic thinking, Marxism. Then Karl Marx came in the modern age. Then his readings, his work changed the mind of people as well. Then comes the modern drama. Modern drama is sometimes referred to as 20th century drama. Many argue that it actually began in the late 19th century with playwright Henrik Ibsen. Henrik Ibsen was a dramatist. Ibsen is often referred to as the father of modern drama, as his play A Doll's House marks the beginning of the modern theatre movement for many scholars. The difference between the traditional drama and the modern drama. So what happened in the traditional drama? Often dealt with supernatural concepts such as fate and the role of gods in human affairs. Characters were often noble, royal, or somehow exalted in position, was very structured and ended with a clear plot resolution. Lofty speech such as verse or poetry is often incorporated in dialogue. Now comes the modern drama, the drama of the 20th century literature. It focuses on relatable problems and social issues. Characters are usually average, everyday people. Doesn't always confine itself to a clear structure and may end without a resolution. The features natural, realistic dialogues, no means of more poetry. The dialogues are natural. The modern drama characteristic realism. The realism is the most significant and outstanding quality of modern English drama. In modern English drama, dramatists tend to explain the realistic features in their dramas. They start writing they start raising the real issues in their drama, that what is happening between them in that period. They raise those issues. They try to deal with the real problems of a life. The modern drama has developed the problem play, and there are many modern dramatists who have written a number of problem plays in our times. They dealt with the problem plays means they dealt with the problems of marriage, justice, law, administration, and strife between capital and labor in their dramas. Then comes the play of ideas. Modern drama is essentially a drama of ideas rather than action. Like in drama, basically the themes, the dramatist gives the ideas to the people. They express certain ideas which they want to spread in the society. Then comes romanticism. There's also some dramatists start the genre of romance in their drama as well. Then comes the poetic plays. They start. Then T.S. Eliot was the main dramatist who gave importance to the poetic plays. Poetic plays are the plays in which some dialogues are written in the form of the verses. In the poetic element is present in the drama. Then history and biographical plays. The writers, dramatists tend to start writing on the histories, made drama on the histories, and they start writing the biographical plays. That there are many beautiful historical and biographic plays in modern dramatic literature. Impressionism is the movement that shows the effects of things and events on the mind of the artist, an attempt of the artist to express his expressions. Impressionism constitutes another important feature of modern drama. So impressionist drama of the modern age seeks to suggest the impressions on the artist rather than making an explicit statement. So the dramas gives that what artist has impression on it of something. Then comes expressionism, that people, the dramatists start expressing their feelings, that what they actually feel, they express their feelings in their dramas. Then comes the modern poetry. The features of the modern poetry are against the Victorian and the Romantic poetry, the disappearance of religious faith in the modern poetry, regular meter have been discarded, no regular rhyming scheme, juxtaposition of ideas, use of free verse, use of irony, use of metaphors. These are actually the features of the modern poetry. In modern poetry, the poets do not focus on the rhyming scheme, on proper use of meter. They start writing free verses, they start writing more, they start using more irony, and they start using more metaphors. Realism also was the part of the drama as well as the poetry as well. Then pessimism and sadness come, because there was the many sadness and pessimism, negativity due to the world wars, so the poets expressed that pessimism in their poetry. Then love for nature, poets express their love for nature. Then interest in the life of laborers or working class, that poets showed their interest in the life of the working class. They start giving importance to the working class. So this is all about the general introduction of what the modern age and what the modern drama and what the modern poetry was. In the next lectures we will study in detail about the poetries and the dramas written in the 20th century literature. This was just the introductory lecture for the beginning. These are the references. You can take guidance from these references as well. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.